want me to start from mention no sa emfa emra
because NS board chairman say I am ready.
No, forget about him. Then someone will come and say no Asante no mo secret no mo cho yen reply o mo kra.
Give me 11 to.
It is the letter they sent according to the Minister of Youth and Sports. CAF has not replied. CAF reply was ampa we have received your letter dated this and we are sending maybe a body we anyway so mumra no mehwe. Almost CAF and reply letter no kra. But I've told you here, say, the people born in Ghana, not because somebody is competent, not because somebody has done any good job, but only because there is going to be a political influence. The president of the republic and the Nobel Jim now CAF, and yet because said Ponce Stadium are ready. Now said Ponce Stadium are ready. Has he a permanent? The stadium are ready. Na Ghanaian clubs, Omunya baby Africa. Oh. Famu asem to baby say nkofon be ba no one thing as to whether they will come, because as at enra the minister in parliament say omunya reply bia emfam free omo Sudan for akọ forward e de omo home venue dey abrey some bobo game no e the Mathara Stadium in Benghazi, Libya. So Sudan has selected baby omo home game no e de abrey say ha no mbebo no. Yenny boy first one, you will play on the 11th, Sudan will play on the 15th. Sudan actually baby on baby because we are still waiting for CAF. Say CAF, but according to the incompetent people now, Oman mismanaging facility no. Or say they have given a directive, say my emfa stadium ni bia any social event.
And to
page covers. We assemble kwa. Eso can we na ya pamo mu na free ho. Esa na no see na ni yasaki omunya because Professor Peter Chumasi committee here park public accounts committee last year kwaka chom say ya import ade no last time only NSC Asante region kasai no the PR part I was say omo import yesi abedru according to said pound afen no money ministry of finance na kwakasa baby ko import to be so they've been lying all this while. Na ebjapanyi say pamu behave it say no me can say me frame say ano wa shedodo me can say yo ye ya say yinshi en krasam she said pamu person che say and now ya this stadium ma sorry for na baba say after mo say the stadium ma me use pitch na say park after na said pamu and we board chairman of NSA
also the sign our contract no mugu so ne daily.
And they know who signed the contract. In time, one say, "Oh my chocolate, Tadiabre, Asante regional director," and say, "Oh my chim, I face this back." And then no, Timaka Parliament so much any di Amandi Asma to be so qua. When we all know, say, the contract was signed in Accra, payment was done in Accra. They are making it look as if it's a Kwame Bamensa and then Kumasi no go negotiate with a sorry for some program. Hey, nani peti more than ça. Say, on a signing contract, Kwamba mention a signing contract, and on no catch and I say, for no think my contract, my 90,000 Ghana cedis. Sorry, 900,000 Ghana cedis. It will the stadium name Mahai. I'm a say pitch, we all know it is not like that. Young name say the contract was signed in Accra and communique sent to the people in Kumasi, Asante region for that matter. Say, Yababa issue park, Yabese, and Obi Chan Troco Trap Parliament, and the oath a Chan Trocus, yes. I find as a promo there. As some of your radio Zocano 10 years ago, or 7 on Rose, you need put covers at the park. Ah, Mr. Penny Baby is serious, be assassin when Kwame Pamo. Said Ponce, say a young pitch cover my direct to semi park behind him. No one names say, you need put cover at the park and I say, on him that. And what John would do, or raise a bear and as a board chairman. No, I'm scandalized by this. Wait, yeah, I was formed to do. I drink children or form. Ah, as a many. Or see, now a directive has been given. Now, Kaisa, some way. Ralph Kaisa or bomb pie say, if we drew baby, because he may more born to be. after there we want to learn the hard way. He used the phrase Ghana we learn the hard way. After na said power who say so we need page cover yam fa park high.
This is
but we na say
want
oh I'm Japan my information.
Saraf NSA for after all the shame, after everything, sir. Omoda so jina omona so said pound say Accra any Cape Coast there. Are you ready? Are you betting your next game against Sudan? You betting a ball. Should the inspectors come?
Only in his estimation, why would you say are you ready? No,
there.
What is it to Baba Yara? To shed the honor you know here Baba Yara, they are ready. It's not about any standards. It's not about any set standards by CAF. It is a reason why Minister Koka say there was CAF or the FIFA approved
FIFA standard.
Like you say
Stadiums, FIFA standard pitches.
FIFA standard pitches, but you need CAF approved pitch. How do you meet a FIFA standard pitch?
But fail to.
But when do you meet a CAF criteria? But you see, and yet problem and yet sports on different areas. Square pegs, round holes, square pegs, round holes. You appointed people. I feel no quite or book. No beam. Jack, a man say a day. How do you? It's a lot of the people over there. You don't even have any idea about say I said the pitch be a standard pitch be a CAF or a FIFA approval. And your day any day in the community know what he's thinking. So park net bason kwane ye green there in a standard. Opening when CAF omobeye you know omode various areas now what's your man. Now no listen silence no shakra you ask yourself how do we even meet it? But you see then it comes to one thing. Kumwa say accident see many penguin boom. Obi anya ho hwe say bibi siyema ade no nti I was hoping that baby I was hoping say you be do on and power we are there where affair was you select a facility outside Ghana na embarrass obi no bi say said the nkrofo eti radio so ka no they meant it or it was true but yakwa ba be do one and a founding member of CAF aye kan wasemi I mean to CAF to me share a whole bready CAF who children na Ghana and then a court to their aid into na CAF a grossy over no other nations no a 2 of my ye Niger mo ya man ko bon ho Morocco no ya Ghana de ya won ko bon ya bon wa Asante ya dwe ya say it would always be like this. But you see such situation no Emma incompetence a defense to be say NSA to me a casting insinuations against my brother Yankopo. Yes, a parking you be say NSA treaty NSA release information back the silence and the critics. I go na mudi okromu no I go na mudi no NSA kotimi kotwa night view of the pitch. No publish it or the silence critics. You say adia mudi park na mudi ma obi anka se ma mumfa park ne ma ayi but the time na mudi adia ne ma no to me put the pitch back in shape almost they need maximum say almost put it back no in good shape because the thinking is that said baba yara ya ka fati asiame ya bon saa no saa no na wo se ye ne dia na putting the pitch and you putting it back in shape dia na say no answer ya water nsu ya nsu aguso ya wiabo we get the pitch to be green but you see 87.9 Kumasi me going forward dia may hash kakra no because of what I have seen me country because of what I have seen me call 2 cities no 3 cities Eswatini me call 5 cities in South Africa, and I'm called 1 city in Ethiopia. So you're a group here, you didn't know how to man. They are Guinea, say we are comparing ourselves. This is what we do. You compare your to 2 year hustle. And there's no competition for us when you do that mediocre competition. And Cape Coast near the Cape Coast to the Cape Coast near the Atoto, Babayara, Accra Sports Stadium. It is only you, but we are not thinking elsewhere. What is the requirement? Standards need to say or honor. Young fire the end to near us as a catchy. But your father Babayara near the Atoto Cape Coast, near Cape Coast near the Atoto Accra, until we feel say we are okay. But the only thing, language, the typical Ghanaian, Jumedi Biashan and say, or Tiasiane, ya fire no. Proceed on leave. Fired, relieved. It's a bad service will be asset. You realize, I say, all of a sudden the minister is coming out, will defend the minister, defending everything. Renovations, Accra Sports Stadium, we're releasing list. All of a sudden, NSA board chairman, Hodi. Press briefings, briefing about all of a sudden after everybody why are we like this? When Adiano, it was so clear that you never do some level way, but the incompetence of people, and then the fact that they almost she is and the BBC, and the Adiano I am embarrassing globally. A football nation, only one approved pitch. And a standard match, and I say, you need be just a conditional approval, and you are even club in matches. Just say, you said that my as a Yahuya Mobo, and you have people over there defending this. And we na NSA some year mobo kakra they say NSA nyem mobo na NSA difference were that omo nye sika em fan renovate so to that na sympathize with them. But when NSA for started so omo so getting into the politics of Adena, I say we no man ye bibi, I say you defending no make a picture no man ye bibi no mo dey also mo dey who obi bra. When you have a professional work, you're the professional education. Now what do you political game? What do you insinuations? Why you asking? I say what do grow? So we have your players, but no matter complaining with pitch. Now endless official about the cassette. What's it?
I say Angola phone.
Angola phone. Like. So something is wrong with the Ghanaian. Something is wrong because I didn't know it's that you see facility. Who don't you say? One, who better take good decisions. Leadership is about decisions. It's I didn't know why it has come back to haunt them because Obi taking a bad decision. Say the timing of Edumediana no mukodie any issues so na betimi anya ade so na wontimi fa ade ne ma back to shape but no be adwen so ye di nsuo gu so
na no mo say
near so light this is why
1 month be onya 1 full month
see that is the point. So it's about decisions, poor decisions, and idea about the do again when you hold people accountable. Idea messia elsewhere and say people are held accountable for responsibility. They are so mensa. Near to okay.
Yeah.
And the idea no. Into when to me and perform here. You have no excuse. Another person is waiting in the queue. Ah, obey us again. By your comrade. Idea na edisem and by virtue of political affiliation, they decide to make any sense. It is not about competence. Into admediani kutana. One who criticizing the crowd because when you say you are not at the appointing authority. You cannot do anything. And see, when you cannot crack no through service or to also to money the only language and it's the appointing authority. And many people say yes, and they are political appointment near the mouth, the name so you made the idea. Until we get to that level,
Seraph and I would say kind of Blasters former captain Steven Tornado appear. See, or make it a strong case for local players. Also on the GDP say your senior national team Blasters no. Say your man local players no chance. Na so move remwa at the competition. A bad team nim ye pa na ono de. Wasi ade ba ko a wodi na wogi tum say ye any wisdom magana for nyina ne say yen players every yen league mu Sudan, Tanzania and omodo money eche.
Yes, I think we have to give the local players, we have to give them the chance and confidence to play for the national team. So in our time, even there are certain players that looks as if they are key players in the team. We were not key players. We have players like William Flewer and the rest who were pushing us. So we have to make sure that we are not going to allow them to take our positions. For example, when we went to the World Cup 2006, Jose Kufonu was a top defender. After the game against Germany, after the game against Italy, the second game against Czech Republic, it was Sheila who was playing for Kotoko. He came in and he stamped the position. Brilliant player. You have Abi Mohamed who took at the paper position, play number 3. Fantastic. So in our time there was a competition. Today there was no competition. So some of the players, they feel so cool that whether they play well or not, they will play. But in our time it wasn't like that. There was a competition. When we played our second qualifier against South Africa in Kumasi, we lost our first game. We beat South Africa 3-0. I scored 2 goals, but I wasn't the man of the match. It was William Flewer who was playing for Liberty Professional. So this is the difference. Today we don't have Sapiens anymore. We have our players now running to go to Tanzania. It's a shame. They should rather come here. We have our players now going to Sudan. When we played against Niger, the number 7 who was the best player on the pitch, who played for Niger, is a Ghanaian. We have a striker who won the Goal King in Ghana Premier League because he didn't get a chance. Now he's playing for Togo. So we have to give our boys, we have to give them the chance. And because today our league is not attractive, that's why they are running and going to other countries. Why? Because some of the boys are earning 300 cities. They are earning 500 cities. And at times they have to go beyond 5 months. They have children, they have to take care of home, they have to pay their bills. So somebody will come and say, okay, I'll give you $800. They will put, that's why today we even open a free day Kotoko against Accra Asofo empty stadium. So we have to try and look at those things.
Steven Tornado appear a former Blasters captain. And all this same way Etuja say young local players no chance no more compete. Yeah, foreign based professionals no more time grano na competition no ewo ho na Serapia as a Blasters players no omo lack commitment no dey asem wo kan che omo nyina no say omo nyi omo na oman ne fro omo a omo nye bibi mfa nhye oman no animunyam.
It's not only the captain, but players who come to the national team, they have to be committed. I'm not saying that they have to be committed because you have 30-something million population. They have selected 23 and you are part of it. It's an honor. And you have to know that you are representing Ghana. So whatever you have to do to make it work, you have to. For the past 5 years we are struggling. We are not seeing things like that. So I think it's not only the captain. You can be a captain and you can be a good captain, but that doesn't mean that you can win matches. But when you have your colleagues that they are hailing the same goal, I think that's where you can make it. Because my time I was so lucky that I have players that they are hailing for the same goal. We have to qualify for the World Cup. We have to do better. And I think that luckily it happens. So it's not only you, it's about the people you are working with. If they have the same goal as you, it works.
Wey Steven Tornado appear. Na the youth and sports minister Honorable ya na no copy before the parliamentary select committee on sports omo sitting ya was say he is not the waste minister. Wow, because I say maybe I will. Or see, Blasters Ghana yen problem pa dientia yentime trophies ni ade na fedo omo hu. Oso machiche mu a omo hu dientia Ghana ye ko AFCON ye ko work in recent times AFCON no see ye ko the next stage no kra ni yentime obehwa near the point basa bi na football see omo hu ni nyina na omo hye se omo de policies ebegugu akwan mu na ebeboa ame yetimi eyi saa ne ma no efo yetimi ediso na fe yakoye ni wey the honorable youth and sports minister Mustafa Yusuf.
Once you start implementing policies, and in my presentation I did indicated that we have shifted because we identified the problem. What was the problem for our decline, and we realized that even facilities was our major problem, and we've tackled the facilities bit. We are tackling it. What's next? The next is to develop programs, competitions, and I mentioned that we have started the district level competitions to the regional level competitions to national level. So we have instituted what we call the national games. And policy will take time to mature. You will get dividends today. You might not be seeing the outcome of this initiative, numerous initiative and huge investment that we are putting in. But in the next 5 years, you see a lot of talent coming up. And I can assure you that because of this numerous investment that we have done, the 10 stadiums we are putting together, the over 160 AstroTurf that community sports facilities that we have put together, the huge investment that we have made at the University of Ghana, and making sure that we have world-class athletics track, world-class, the FIFA standard football stadium. Aside that, we have also built the biggest aquatic center in Africa, where the timing, we have 10-lane competition pool, 10-lane warm-up pool. As we speak, in October 6th to 9th, Africa is organizing the African Championship of Swimming in Ghana. Why? Because 23 countries are going to participate in this competition. Why? Because we now have a standard world-class facility. And that's what I said when we were hosting this country, we were hosting the entire Africa here, that it is the facility that we were putting together was not only for the African Games, but beyond the games.
So, wadanfo ena kasana na osi say won with Blasters problems no. Enye coaching kwa na coaches ni here time. Nti we try to say see a man time na utimi who problems no identify no solutions to the problems near to us. Nti coaches ni here time. Wadanfo yi
obviously that's but your constitution here reforms
any amendments e what then ho
tena baby na nneomamu ya dey man I was say you have in your constitution in my power to import leaders to take up positions. What we need is to import leaders. That will be the only solution for Ghana. Other than that, the OBTB has a bufusem now.
They will be a bufusem.
Or say the policies and the programs. When Timmy and say the Ghana National Academy, and you're to in the next 10 years, and or then some Kokwan Hosa to say there, Alaji Abudu, Akoya Kubuna, Hedi, the ones and buy. No, do Kokwan Hosa. You see. Ishakumu under 20 no more than lad person Boam. How many of them and the word Blasters? They under 17 extra go. Ya wo maya baby a yedru no. Yentimin graduate players mom frosro. Olympic standard na waye no swimming no. They wo KNUST no they na om dey aye. Baby a yedru no dey. Constitution na was a press. If there is any demonstration, there was a team force for na reforms. Constitution say demonstration bia or ha. I was said on here. I was a team importing leaders. Because they have a panel keke canon there.
On changing na yango.
Yes. Minister.
Minister nana.
Oh.
na saa sector no kura de nke yengu no kura anya ho na ba akoko di ikube ya ba akonto ko ya o say oh daddy don't go woko ya no potomanto blaster players ai bubu Chelsea ni ayi no ehura so no potomanto mu zo free wa e belusu awusu asem no asefe baby aduru no pa de
87.9 Kumasi
anka aduru baby a pressing so na wo say pai no but ha ne tinti empire and into America say I was say yenya ye importing leaders no asem bia panyini bia dodo no a wo krom abeka bia ye ntro medwene wa mente ase ensem no mbeka ni nyina ye ntro wo say enra voice our boy no or say they have FIFA standard or say we are building now the old boy we are building FIFA standard stadium and Olympic standard tracks. Oh, contradiction. Panyini nso de yanka wo ya ben funda ka ntinka papa kakra nka wo so no kredi di wani nkan se na ebe ya o trade ampo mehu mobo but yon panifo ni de omu nyini no kura na etwa ntromo asem na asefem but Stephen Appian so aka asem bia abusuan ya broswa for many years me say enye obia for to say obo local league sanity but ahanso no mbetimi apija afri but open mre pa anka wase ye me local players ne Bob Blasters na emre ni nie me kan say obia na wo so obobi wo mo bo chacha match na ni kwan say ye consider o mo kra omudin wo but omo yi omo say omo quality binti e the Blasters ne boa omo a ebesi ye na be boa ye nyina no omo na wase ye mo the chance to represent Ghana. Akoya no obo sheri terresbo obo be pele ne nice ye hushi meanwhile Richard Boadu agarasi jina kromo bom finfi take ye team fifri dum say quality ni ye mana Blaster jesi na odisa commitment ni pepa no nyina bebo ye fi omo ana Tornado say mre na mo ni guys ne jije no so no kra ono no nya top players ao but na players bi o local scene mo ba mo push omo Chastela mbe push omo na India be push omo ye ko World Cup 2006 abusia unim the number of players you use ansa na qualify for World Cup no
they say yan local scene ye wosan players ni bi wo ho a ye betimi aka
ye kan ho ye centrofu ye kasa microphone ye kan ho
ya den
ya neglect sa players
ya den
yan kasa ni ye league no se na ya na ye tag no asom
bibi wo ye league no ho a ye positive a ye betrans ye kasa ye negative
ye ka individual quality inti wo betimi akoba bi enzongwa ba bi e ho nya but wo benya obi ani fie ye tidy inti those are the people I'm talking for omo na me come
league way
yeah their players are omo ye exceptional I was say more the opportunity. Those are the people I was say ye recognize omo and you omo abusia omo deserve but because omo papa bi wo efe honiti ye ma omo the chance. Now if you have a Blasters team players ni be bought in the English Premiership ni ntimi nhye Niger etimi Trahama Angola be shano dia what is the justification there local players no su ko bobia omo deserve to play. Your national team players abo eko major tournament AFCON ye fa 3 best placed team yako 2 AFCONs ye team qualify and yet we feel say obi anywhere or qualify to wear the jersey of the Blasters to play for them. Nti enu ni ade ye me ya menkase ye mfo obi anko bobi but there are certain individuals bi omo league ni mu a omo quality na a bit different omo de any exceptional omo ko national team near polish omo near more opportunity they can play for the senior national team.
87.9 Kumasi
that is idea ehemia and appear we kan abusia on say mre bia se ye kan feel say obi tangie fe panyi bi o say adent no mbeko Sudan and Tanzania why because I had a man 500 Ghana cedis 8 months na mai. But one was a former captain of the Blasters. Nka obenya nanka players yi momu free Tanzania ba abe promuti wa Ghana. But situation asesa. Asem wey se Pepe Kokan ye beka zo watan F president bi. Now o say esa ye discussion na I said the people are more top no munim problem no when you know munim they know about all these things because the people only fuel station aboso me omu tua gas na trend Ghana cities they know but omu nya enya de ni so the interest no kura ni ba bia ye wo no tebusia de koi pa ne da bia choka we seem not to face problem but he recycle ade no ko over and over again tie papa na say mo kan say Cape Coast ready Accra ready abusia Cape Coast me free oba aboso me mai park na da ho nya parka si ani brekura wa se ja no man bo prelims na so we ja na sa conditional approval but the pitches ni ehia no high quality pitch nti me kwa de personally menya anka ika fofo ni kwa so omugu omunsem ye ma we ni ye nsua the hard way na ye nkon the way ye be fix proper pitches e dey ma ye league teams no and the blasters in their matches
so for that say pepe man me say so Vapian say more di two just say local players no see more chance na omo competition so omo time o kana na me say omo time me say na ye league no na ye league no wasro na who yen club had to folk in Africa who Asante Kotoko in Africa who clubs na say ya was our players ni bi or ka commitment players ni nya committed ni ade local players no chance or call for no omo deserve him for and the minister say blasters problems no ye hu ye fix na coach ni so here time
still minister answer yeah onim the oil but fortunately for him obia mpamono
no Cedra Utrib was
political capital well yeah it's nobody will sack him so let him be there but Mama Ghana for no and relax it.
Yeah, catch your producer. Say over here the story.
Nation service in the house. Every weekend, dear, the NGPP, Baba, Bosomchi area.
Oh, set na video.
Minister, we ask me okay. Blasters, I'm not say what's the problem near there. More voice in a year. What's the blaster problem here? He didn't say anything sensible.
What's why I identify you?
And he didn't tell us what
the problem no. Or see no more put you measures.
Problem they say.
Or more put you up measures.
Blaster problem is why I asked truth for boys truth so. And they say yeah aquatic center. I'm a pay swimming. Yes, what's wrong with blaster problem? Now blaster problem is why you baby swimming. I'm a next 2 months or next week or move swimming one grind. Oh man, that's a no.
I see a new coach. No, na coach. No time.
Or see why you be the biggest aquatic center in Africa. Wanga and for Blaza me. It just like your nations. Ni abo yama omo wa yi enzo no lake na emehwe.
Yintie so omo ba.
Omo bi na ani se no de ani je ba bi kwa ho kire kura okuro mu do. Na nipa ho ato no kakra.
Ani Kotoko, ani mpanimfo di nkomo as good. Nimpa edin komo a ebia na no wutin ho Kotoko bet me adapt Linkley as more permanent home base.
Yeah, me baso pa me wo ehun fella but o can story back be honam Stephen Appiah asem no. Stephen Appiah spoke in a contest. But the fact is that in 2005 yebo 2006 World Cup qualifiers no. Na Ghana league ni misro enu Italian Serie A no. Na nduru La Liga baby na men French league na men Bundesliga na men Dutch Eredivisie na men baby
okay
but the fact of the matter is at that time no local league no and you ma yenti na player me both 2-3 years I'm supposed me sure person ka a free ban da so bo hasa e bia ko da so blaster player
sure
87.9
ye nya quality materials bia o ma free e ye league ma kwa e bia e komoda so han ko be blasters player and Stephen Appiah say no kind makacho so o man bia ye papa bia anti Brazil players no bebre wo European leagues no so Brazil league but there's a policy say your friend has team at least 3-4 players in so free fie be kan sansa me no nka say ye bia
yeah
si e ka si e twen da ye local players the quality ni be buru for any same for bia da so the onimbo bia oni ha but you use it as also so that you use as a deliberate means to also push something. And Makacho says local players in him say there is a fair chance to get into the Black Stars. Maybe they will be rejecting deals to Togo, to Kazakhstan, to Saskatchewan,
okay, Tanzania,
to Betuan. A local player will reject that because when him say Oko Blaster ni Yuba, over $10,000. Na Ghana for them to Muko Iraq, Eko Iraq. No, the penny what you say, Ayomonia, and Ekomni Sikanja. Say Ghanaian player twice who Oko Iraq. Na so players who do Oko Iraq. Say player no just a pound and a pound is Oko Iraq. Or Chaki Kudinu Sikano Chakia, and what do you be? So they want to go. It is Stephen Apia, some kind of Japan. It is true then, it is true now, it will be true when we are dead and gone.
87.9.
At that time, William Chero, free liberty professionals are. Coach Mariano Geronimo Barreto, GDO, who's on Blazaz. Ni Organa for the Bromabu chair, Omnimbo Boche, William Chero. Nakana for the Brewa, but Jomimbo Boche Chero. It was a deliberate plan by Barreto to get that boy to be playing for the Black Stars. Now, look at the quality, no operating within. Satan Blasters made for the Michaelasian. Stephen Apia, Sule Muntari, Anthony Annan, Nasi Asibeshembia, and that boy was protected. Say, Stephen Apia Jibo the first pass I call or Jibo I know what for we know when we easy. And now Stephen Apia say, when we beat South Africa by 3 goes to 1. Or no Stephen Apia say 2 goals, but he was not the man of the match. Yeah, we had William Cheroni as man of the match. We can set up a nice Black Stars team and get a local player. Say boys, this is some moment will bet me a ball. There must be a deliberate plan to help the players with the national team. And they said they are Canada. And in 2006, and then near players, not William Tero Yadi, but now Bruce for the Yadi. But no Bobby. Near Fablas, I friend account. That is the plan.
Yes, sir.
Blaster problem. None of my catchers a GF for they should be concerned. As I'm transit. No more a pequia. You have to solve your problem because your problem in your player quality. Because me just said that say Ghanaian boys no more Kokobo, Europe, or more teams just almost no. Or bomb to in the jam. So somebody must sit down to plan that one. Minister there, who Janus one Kasa, me say Dana, where say Asemia said Paukai, say Wakasa we are no Parliament Zaga say. Because no, I said Ponzi, why it's a memo, says me first doing social event, and you know, because that him and Casaria, no, by Michael Gas or the social event. It's minister, we have him for the serious. Mrs. said, Paul Casaria, sir, or my directive, the amount baby, as a man for stadium, Nazar class poster, or Mabukuyama, okay, show you Badu. Aye, so show December, so Mabukuyamanda. Yes. Would you my inquiry? Me and then pass the Messia prepared those you and come to be feed local for but or Chinabe Hojuma. Eti now can Asante Kotoko.
Yeah,
this is a discussion. I'm young as I'm busy here no because so okay, believe me catch us IMC for no call boss inspection there. It's a conversation I wanted us to have. People have called for Kotoko getting their own stadium, Kotoko Nyane Stadium. We all know the problems are SC or Obuasi relative to Ashanti Gold. And I have told you, Sabuzapayi, Ashanti Gold is my phone. All from the Siaka, I go as I'm job. Me see, lady, no part friend, catch and say, sustainability manager, please, we have a problem here. Or be interested to listen. Only the Dinkoma, we have Ash Gold. Sorry, sir, I'm busy. They don't want to hear Ash Gold.
Yes.
And now we make catch us arrangements from your man, Dr. Koku from Pont, Ecofa, Ashgo, the team now. Oh, Frere, is initially Sana, a payphobia in an idiot in him. Yeah. It's Yane Nana Edin, come catch us as a champion, $1 or so, as a commitment to take the team. And see, Anglo would for us own stadium in this animal. Now, Sabu, Crobas and Joko Hene. Krura so pese oje Ashanti Obuasi stadium no Linkley no e dey Asante ko venue me sure say modalities ni processes e be fam because Anglo Gold for you ready say o me football bi nti no enye den sa anya sa na no be ka che say papa bi akoto Ash Gold be in division 2 me sure say he is paying enough money enough say e be oni Obuasi Linkley sports stadium na can't at the corner or no. Me sure say champion mo ya agreement to sika bia e ma mo the right say so because we toasted a champion between na negotiate so mami $10 million no ato ama no waje so on what you say energy I think that is there but maybe I'm person discuss the crowd free say and rightly so you say with the supporters ebe nya almost so we need to do discussions around it say obi o tu kwan kakra bia enim say stadium bia modern bia ni wa normally unya ne krom finfin obi o tu kwan kakra bia enim say we normally oko North Africa Steve Odia wako several times now ko bobo a udu krom wi say Kumase no waba baby a ye de mo kwa ko bobo no tumi say mo twa kwan kakra 30-40 minutes na mo ko duru akobo mbo no it is a culture elsewhere mako River State or Nigeria omo new stadium na omo see for Nigeria the Super Eagles beat bobo no say River State club no e wo mo the Rivers United for no and omo ko see back no so you need to go outskirts of the town kakra ukọ Akwa Ibom stadium no outskirts of the town kakra eti discussions cause say if Kotoko ebe only the Linkley Sports Stadium as a more facility how feasible and the ediama supporters no how easy the ediama supporters no so on fill stadium no week in week out ediama Asante Kotoko that I think is the crux of the matter now ebusapenyi medical catch say so discussion of Kotoko in stadium Kotoko in stadium you do nkoma and I have said that if Kotoko cannot own a stadium and the capacity is bigger than Baba Sports Stadium and they are buying to Messia, I will not advise Kotoko to build a stadium since this year Kotoko will see stadium 10,000 15 capacity stadium. I will not advise Kotoko to do 20,000 yes and there is something called apathy so the Kotoko this season for instance first game no boy no we share numbers officially are the figures and yes the official numbers at the stadium by the time overcall Kotoko 10 home matches now figure no be reduce there's something called the law of diminishing returns now the law of diminishing returns is set in at the BM it was the law of diminishing returns will give you a reduction in the numbers because it will diminish at a point. There's also another law in economics called the law of diminishing marginal utility. It also works. The law of diminishing marginal utility is an individual person as well. And also a sotesa. And if you send Kotoko to Obuasi, originally Obuasi had the Kotoko base now. Initial figures will be good, but in the long run, that's what the economics people say. In the long run, everyone went to sustain numbers now. From day one.
Yeah.
But then, as a penny, and you're bad, Sekotoko, Ebenya, sa facility. No. The only thing is, you may be changing the spirit and the as a team no crown and in your manona as Saka crown. Sekotoko, Eko, based in Obuasi permanently. Then o change team no ahusuo ne na bosuo no o sesa no
ampabu
eno one thing enti yes makase this season
this a debia se Kotoko fans pe Kotoko home game crasher this or full card more than an
omo pe okumase omo boasen de omo he se de
yes that is how much travel for more than an
my stats per the statistics I did and the research I did, stadium no more than 60% or 70% of the people there. I'm free Kumase na koe. Buses in free Kumase koe. They are drive koe no. Ukani ni aboma and represent 30% of the people who are at the stadium. But I'm saying say, Saudi Kotoko ko Obuasi first game. You know at the forefront said the no. The first game no the craze about it ni pa de koe no. Ebe reduce with time. And the Kumase Kromo Bokre reduce with time. But reduce with time. Results from open. But because and you're too bad because they picked an away win. The next game I know they will go. If the players and the coaches get results now. But I'm saying over time, if you do if you do it over time observing untimi sustain the same numbers and the same figures over some period of time no and I'm not sure it can be done and Kotoko owning but it makes also some sense especially because say Kotoko youth team no okay I said no me try about 20 minutes actually say Sabon did Benasomwa di no no gwanya ya edini ko Spain no
yes
a beer adebi so champion for say if they concentrate on the youth team then they will be able to develop some crane bebrebe a on between sika bebre e dey free side o it is say eno ya de ba ko a e penya ndi omani abrepa en Kotoko official registration at the FA omo register sa omo youth team players ni bebrebe as I say the father Kotoko register na chese o Kotoko player I know why they did that emre because Kotoko youth team bi so obeka ya na omo training or Rich Park so obeka ya
yeah
na nkra no omo ye training na obi nya contractor say nya Kotoko player omo ye training na obi pro say nya Kotoko player but this time they've registered nkra no ntino say so opportunity bi ba say obi pa nkra ni bia e che say Kotoko and I transfer nkra no ednako and so no ade ba ko but obosil in clay sports stadium there observe massage ho say Kotoko assuming they want to build their own stadium in Kumasi. Do you think there is land in Kumasi to build a huge facility for Kotoko? And no see idea major. Kotoko training grounds kra no. Omle kwada ko jachi o. Training grounds
stadium kra dia memfa ko kan ho. Team wa need training grounds. What is stadium ye dey?
Omo training na ko adako jachi no. E kire o say se o ka Kumasi Central na bia Kotoko epe asase de stadium zo Kumasi mfimfia eno ba tse de baba resi ye ben nipa bebre no eno so abesa yarada problem so me I've always been thinking through but oboase de ende opem so ankasa krowura timura ena LED that bibia first stadium mu bia no se Kotoko youth team no omo de maka chocho mo ko stay oboase permanently. They are going there to use the outgoing facilities and sporting facilities
as omo ebo oboase
some donor ya esi okwa busapan say okwa
enu be use ya
they can use it yen the development be their bar every one. It is not bad that Kotoko goes to Obuasi to go and stay there and use it but senior team no say permanently Kotoko be far Obuasi in Clay Sports Stadium no it's exciting. People called me from yesterday exciting me more but I think that about with the challenges
Asante ko FHC injury issues pa Samba O'Neal Esmat Muhammad Samuel Tinedu Elvis Cheba for these are players or munyina injuries kakra kabisha I'm sure weekend the team wa eko brekum no mo ntimi anko bio
Esmat free Esmat we injury any problem Patrick Asidu
okay
ebe bonnet said your body na
okay
the only problem is will be anti Patrick Asidu echi chances omo fan grana omo register omo the all left back we no dey better now then Samba Mobia there is Abroad there is Blade there is Ansu I am not sure say ebe drop Kotoko e dey above form for Elvis crowd the season they shall say 2 games or Mobi
yeah
a groin injury
na tine do issues so the titeho
tine issue be
yeah coach amana Mobi coach amana Mobi
so there is no issue no we have addressed it say issue be no but I hear so no ankasa we picking minor injury yeah
yes okay
also minor injury but for say players no nyina na Bobi since he shall say blame
the glove for this bump
no I'm saying because you were Obuase ofri or your Obuase boy they came to support their own and omo no sa show no ya no ne and be mo de kaka de mo kan but other than that there's
the problem bia na ma de ofri ho boy
and Kotoko breku mi
so ko bia
omo fa Lord Amo ne yi free brekum no mo fa o nya ho no mo free o Kotoko ato mo free brekum ayi Patrick Asidu ne Lord Amo enti senka omo mo bono Esmat ene ebi akote o form chewa because what na brekum that's why we said yen so sa ade no but on a normal day you need to coaches ne ta say enka Kotoko no ma catch say game no Kotoko lead 3-0 so first half goals no man there is no way enka coach na mfa boy no man no Bobi na no mo ko na rigu yi nya no yi we dey sakabaya ni kromfo nyina budget so ye but at that point saving the team points na the most important thing to the coach than obi fans hold the chrome ejem na ko fa assembly by but me just sure say there is a problem Kotoko injury concerns no somebody no enche da nyihu but esmart na me ti say e bia hwe be require surgery no kwa afi na matia me nyan confirm here and ochra ba me ma Brikum Chelsea home games are omabo with Asante Kotoko any teams from Asante region say teams of Asante region Kotoko pena ase Brikum Chelsea on the field
nyame aduma tena ye be say that every